I didn't notice it at first. It was just one photo in my camera roll that I didn't remember taking. It was blurry, dark, almost completely black, except for a pale strip of moonlight across my bedroom floor. I remember staring at it for a few seconds, trying to understand what I was even looking at. Then I saw it. The edge of my bed and my hand. I was asleep in that picture. At first, I told myself it had to be some kind of glitch. Maybe I'd opened the camera by accident before going to bed. Maybe the phone had slipped between the blankets and taken a random photo in the dark. That explanation worked for about 10 minutes. Then I looked at the timestamp. 3:12 a.m. I was definitely asleep then. And the angle was wrong. The picture wasn't taken from my bed. It was taken from the doorway. I live alone. That should have been the end of it. I should have called someone, the police maybe, or at least a friend. But when something impossible happens, your brain doesn't immediately jump to the worst answer. It reaches for the easiest one, the one that lets you keep functioning. So I convinced myself I was overreacting. I locked my door that night, checked the windows twice, put a chair under the doorknob, which I know is stupid and only works in movies, but it made me feel better. The next morning, there was another photo. This one was clearer, same timestamp range, 3:14 a.m. Same room, same bed, same me, asleep under the blanket. But this time, the picture was closer. It had been taken from inside the room. I remember my whole body going cold. I dropped the phone on the kitchen floor and just stood there staring at it, like it might explain itself. I checked every lock again. Front door, bedroom window, bathroom window. Nothing was open. Nothing looked disturbed. There was no sign that anyone had been there, and still, there I was, asleep in my own bed, photographed by someone standing less than 6 feet away. That was the first day I stopped feeling safe in my apartment. I barely made it through work. I kept opening my Photos app, hoping the image would disappear, like maybe I'd imagined it. But it stayed there. Sharp. Quiet. Real. That night, I did everything I could think of. I pushed my dresser in front of the front door. I put a glass bottle near the window so it would fall if someone opened it. I left the hallway light on. I even stayed awake until almost 2 a.m. with the bedroom lamp lit, scrolling my phone and listening for every tiny sound. At some point, I must have passed out. When I woke up, my phone was on my chest, and there was another photo. 3:16 a.m. I opened it with shaking hands. This time, the picture was taken right beside the bed. So close I could see the fabric texture of my pillow, the loose hair across my face, the shape of my shoulder under the blanket. Whoever took it had been standing directly over me. I couldn't breathe for a second. I actually thought I was going to throw up. I went straight to the police station with my phone. I showed them the pictures, explained everything, told them I lived alone, that I locked my doors, that I had no history of sleepwalking, no roommates, no ex with a key, nothing. They were polite, too polite. One officer asked if I'd carbon monoxide detectors. Another asked if I'd been under stress lately. They said unless there was evidence of forced entry or an actual intruder on camera, there wasn't much they could do. On camera. That part stuck with me. So I bought a cheap indoor security cam that same afternoon and pointed it straight at my bed. If someone was getting in, I'd catch them. That night, I didn't sleep much. I kept staring at the little red light on the camera, reassuring myself it was there, watching, recording. Morning came. I grabbed my phone before I even opened my eyes. Another photo, 3:17 a.m. My hands were numb as I opened it. It was the clearest one yet. I was asleep on my side, facing the wall. The room behind me was dark, but not empty. There was a shape standing next to the bed. Tall, thin, not blurred this time, watching me. I sat up so fast I almost fell off the mattress. I turned to the security camera immediately, opened the app, and pulled up the recording from 3:17. The footage showed my room exactly as I remembered it. The bed, the wall, the chair in the corner, me, asleep, nothing else, no figure, no person, no movement. Then, after about 10 seconds, the version of me on camera stirred slightly and lifted my hand. Not in sleep, not by accident, slowly, deliberately. The me in the footage reached under the pillow, pulled out my phone, and sat up. I was watching myself, still asleep, but moving with this strange, calm precision. The camera had no audio, but I could see my mouth moving, like I was whispering to someone standing beside the bed, someone the camera couldn't see. Then the footage froze. Just one frame, me sitting upright in the dark, head tilted toward the empty space next to my bed, phone in my hand. And then, as if responding to whatever was standing there, I turned the phone around and took a picture. That was 3 nights ago. I haven't slept since. I deleted the photos, but every morning at 3:17, a new one appears. I don't even look at them anymore. Because the last one I opened wasn't taken in my bedroom. It was a dark hallway, and at the end of it was my bed, with me in it, sleeping.